welcome to Bullsmart Academy. In the last video, we discussed about the difference between equity and bond. In this video, we shall discuss what are bonds and different types of bonds in detail. Bond basically means lending money to a company or government. In simple terms, bond is a loan investment from an investor to a borrower like a company or a government. A borrower will use his money to fund his operations, whereas the investor will get a steady interest on his investment. So when we are talking about bonds, there are few things that we should be well aware of. These few terms are very important when we are talking about bonds. First one is maturity. So maturity is the time when the bond issuer, that is the government or the company, will repay back the principal amount back to the bond holder, that is the investor. So maturity date is set on the time when the bond is issued. Also, the bond holder can sell the bond before its maturity he wants to. Maturity date usually is from 1 to 30 years. Next is coupon. Coupon is the interest payable by the bond issuer to the bond holder. It's usually paid annually and semi-annually. Next is the face value. Face value is the original price of the bond when it is issued. It is also called as par value, and usually the face value is measured under tens and its multiples thereof. Next is the price. Price is the current value of the bond in the secondary market. Now you must be wondering that if you have paid a certain amount to a company or a government, when will you receive your principal amount back, and can you sell the bond before its maturity? So when you buy a bond, all you have to do is collect the interest regular basis and wait for its maturity, because maturity is the time when you will get your principal, that is your face value amount, back. The prices of bond fluctuate just like the prices of stocks do. So if you want to sell the bond, you can sell. But in case if you're holding the bond to its maturity, then none of the fluctuations will change the face value or the interest rate on that bond. Now that we know these terms, let's discuss the different types of bond. First one is government securities bonds. These are the bonds that are issued by the central government or the state government. And in India, these bonds come under the GSEC, government securities. These bonds usually are long term and the maturity rate is from 5 to 40 years. Next is corporate bonds. Corporate bonds are the bonds that are issued by companies where the companies take the money from investor and in return they give a certain interest throughout the tenure. Next is convertible bonds. Convertible bonds are the bonds that can be converted to equity. And once your bonds are converted to equity, you become the equity holder of the company. Zero coupon bond. Unlike other kind of bonds, these are the bonds that are sold at its deep discount of its face value. Here you receive the face value at its original price on its maturity. So for example, a bond of 100 rupees can be issued at rupees 55 on its maturity date, but in this case, the bond holder will receive the exact amount even though the market value of that bond has fallen down. So I hope that you got to learn a lot about bonds through this video, and I hope you will come back to us for the next videos. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.